Is 3 years on house arrest plus 7 years probation enough of a punishment for a former youth pastor who pleaded guilty to sexual battery of a child? Well, that's what a DeSoto County judge decided for Lindsay Whiteside's sentence. She also has to register as a sex offender. District Attorney Matthew Barton was extremely disappointed in the judge's ruling. He pointed to the overwhelming amount of evidence prosecutors presented as they tried to get her for a 30-year prison sentence.
I sincerely believe that if this was perpetrated by a man against a young woman, that we would have seen something akin to 20 years in prison. I think that she is a benefactor of a very wrong double standard in society. I think that it is high time for people to start paying attention to what goes on in our court systems, because this is an absolute travesty. It is not right. I condemn it in every way. I am quite frankly somewhat ashamed to be associated with a system that has performed so poorly. It is not right. It is everything is wrong. This is the reason why people question whether our institutions actually serve victims.
DA Barton also called for the resignation of DeSoto County School Board member Michelle Henley for writing an impact statement for Whiteside. Michelle Henley posted on Facebook the letter she read in court before Lindsay Whiteside's sentencing on Monday. In that letter, Henley described their close family relationship and how Whiteside coached her daughter before basketball tryouts. Henley also wrote that on the stand, she didn't condone Whiteside's actions and stated that the sentence was up to the judge to decide. She also tried to say that her position as elected school board member had no bearing on the fact that she wrote the impact statement, although the first line of the impact statement said, "I'm an elected school board member." So I thought that was interesting there. Luke, I'll have you lead us off here. So what do you think about the judge's decision?
Look, I think it was a soft decision. I agree with the DA and Shelby County. This is what a tough on crime district attorney looks like. We haven't had one for several years. You may have forgotten, but there should be tension in the system between the prosecutor and the judges and the defense. Here in Shelby County, sometimes it feels like the DA works with the judges and defense to get a specific outcome. But DA Barton is pushing back against a soft on crime ruling that is totally inappropriate for the evidence, for the crime. This person who pleaded guilty is really, that's a heinous act and should have gone to jail. I think if the DA was making the point, if she was a man, she would have gone to jail. And so why is she not? So I appreciate his pushing back.
Yeah, that was actually my next question. Sam, what do you think about that double standard comment?
I mean, I'm not qualified to weigh in on, DeSoto County's justice system. What I did find interesting, and Brandon Lagroni of the Daily Memphian posted the detailed comments from the district attorney during this press conference. He said that he would go after the school board member at the ballot box, which is interesting because he was speaking in his official capacity as the DA at this time. And so I'm just curious where that fits with election laws, et cetera, because he maybe could have done that in a different time. But beyond that, I'm not really qualified to say anything further here.
Otis, do you think it's fair, or not fair, but resignation, calling for the resignation, do you think the school board member needs to resign?
Well, I think it was totally inappropriate for her to send that letter and to speak for her. Even though this person was a friend, she should have stayed out of it. This was a heinous crime. Whether she should resign, that's up to her. I think it was proper for the DA to say what he said. And it goes to show that, crime just doesn't happen in Shelby County.
True.
Crime happens everywhere. And so-called injustices related to crime happen everywhere and not just in Shelby County. So I applaud the DA for saying what he said. The judge did give this person a slap on the wrist. Maybe 30 years might have been too much, but house arrest, well, you're at home, you can watch the soap operas and you can do whatever you want to do. I just think that was out of bounds, but let's not denigrate what's going on here in Shelby County when we have other things going on in DeSoto County that people needed to know about.
Yes, and actually there was reports that the DA also called on other DAs that the church group traveled to also prosecute as well. So where can this case go? If the judge makes the sentence already, is there an appeal process, or what comes next if the sentence isn't agreed upon?
I think the DA did say that this was improper and unlawful. Because state law requires some kind of prison time for what she pled guilty to. She pled guilty here. And so maybe there will be an appeal here to a higher court, and maybe we might see something different. We'll probably see another judge if it is different, and maybe re-sentence this person.
And you mentioned saying that it's been a long time since we've seen a DA push back or being tough on crime.
Look, there should be a little bit of tension in the justice system between the defense, the prosecution, maybe even the judges, and that's a healthy part of the process, right? Our entire country is founded on separation of powers and that tension, that healthy tension between the branches. And so it's refreshing to see the DA push back a little bit here against this inappropriately soft ruling, and he specifically mentions victims, and I would love to see more of that here in Shelby County.
Okay.